needs trimming the other end, and that one's even worse. Look, I'm actually in the shed rather than in the back of the van. Sort of a light bluey grey. That's what it is. Right, just been working on this other sort of divider between kitchen and bedroom. So it's kind of similar to that one. That was a little bit wider. Originally I was just going to go straight up and down with it, but then that sort of looked a little bit overbearing, shall we say. Like the black hole cold cutter through there. So I thought I'd just put this shape in it, same as that side. Yeah, so that was the same thing. Of I didn't do a template, I just made loads of measurements. There's me little, I spilled a cup of tea now. Yeah, just made loads of that show on there, calculations and measurements and whatnot. Yeah, just had to do a few little adjustments. Again, I didn't quite get the ceiling quite right. It's very difficult to do it all in one. Probably would have been better to do those measurements, then make a template and then do the ceiling bit, but that's not actually fixed in at the moment, that's just hanging there. So that will be a little bit tighter, and time to get cupboards and that on there. Yeah, I'm sure that'll all look okay. What else have I been doing? Can't remember. Did some other little bits and pieces, but I can't remember what they were now. I think I mentioned about putting this blind in, fitting that. Yeah, so once I've got this fitted, it'll mean I can then get on and do the carpeting in here, or cupboards probably, overhead cupboards, carpeting. Got to leave a gap in the middle for TV. Yeah, so it's only going to be carpeted down to here, that level. Yeah, so I'll get on and fix that in. That was a 1800 board, well 1829, whatever they are. See, I've got a little bit of a gap at the bottom, but once I get a batten across there, one of these CLS pieces of timber across the bottom, you won't see that anyway. Yeah, so I think that's come out alright actually. And it sort of matches this side. That's that fitted in, screwed in, except for the top rail. It's got to go in, which is down there. It's got a little bit of a warp in it, so I'm just seeing if I can straighten that. It's got some weight on it, but I don't want to fix that in yet anyway, because it'll be in the way. Yeah, so just got a couple of battens on there, one on the floor and upright. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 supports there, probably more than enough. Yeah, so this, so I've got the rail will go across here, obviously, and I've got to get my fridge in here at some point, because that's got to go here, slide out, and then whatever space is left, probably some sort of cupboard. Yeah, so that's that. That's just fixed in, screwed up there and there. So I'm now looking at doing some cupboards on here. TV is going to go in the middle, so I've made, put a couple of marks on, they show up very well. One there, one there, so I need to leave that centerpiece clear. Yeah, so that'll just be carpeted in the middle there, and I can have two little cupboards either side. Yeah, so that should work out okay. So I just got to work out how I want to do these cupboards. Right, I've just got to trim a little bit more off the top there, just to get that to line up a little bit better, and also just bring this bottom up into line. I was going to use this as a template for the rest, but you guessed it, that one needs trimming the other end to bring that up. So what I'll have to do is, well, what I will do is use this as a general template and then just trim up that end. And I think this one is going to be, and that one is even worse. Look, it needs to be almost completely flat across the top. So yeah, I can sort of use this as a template, but it ain't going to come out exact. I think what I'll do first is just cut this little top piece off. Get a better fit with that. Well, actually I might draw around it first on the next piece of timber, and then trim it, and then I can cut the next two to go up. Right, that's that one done, apart from the finishing. Buttons in there ready to go. Don't think I need one along there, so there's plenty of support I think with those on the top, sides and bottom. I think that'll be enough. It's not a heavy unit. Right, just got to do the other one now. So this is the other little unit I just put together. Slightly different to that one. Well, say front is the same, but the it's got two sides on it because that one's going against the bulkhead. Yeah, so I'll put all this together. I'm actually in the shed rather than in the back of the van. As you can see, there is not a lot of room in here. Future project. Yes, there's a lot of the stuff that was actually came out of the van still in here. I've got to sort out. There's the old battery, some of the old bins, and everything is covered in sawdust and a big pile of scraps there. Yeah, so because I've started to get some carpet in the van, I didn't really want to do any sawing in there, which I have been doing, and sawdust everywhere. So yeah, I've actually built it in here. That was a bit tight for space. Yeah, so I've now got this together, and I'm now just cutting some battens, fixing it in. Yeah, and once they're cut, I can then get those fixed in the van, and then get these things painted. Yeah, so that is the next thing to do. There's the buttons on for that one. Buttons for that one, I haven't put one across here. Oh, I might well do. Most of the weight's going to be taken on that bulkhead and on the rear bit, whereas this one hasn't got anything at this end, only its own end. So yeah, so that I can now, well, I'll wait for that glue to go off and scrape out the excess. That's easy to clean out once that's set. Just get a scraper in there and run up. That'll just take all that excess out of there. yeah, I can then go on carpet that, and well, yeah, and this bit that will have to be done down here, because once the cupboard is on there I can hardly get to that, so yeah, yeah, so all that will have to be done. But before I do that, I will get on and start painting these, because obviously I'll need, well, I think I want to put a couple of coats of undercoat. That one up there, that's 2 coats of undercoat primer, and I think that was 2 coats of top as well. And obviously you've got to wait for it to dry in between, so I might as well get some paint on them. The other one's still in the shed at the minute. I'll take them indoors and do them, it's a bit warmer. Paint will dry quicker. Yeah, so I can get some paint on them indoors, and then while they're drying I can get on. There's a few little jobs I need to do. Need to secure these cables down here. See them cables along there. I've just got some of these little things, cable tie things. Yeah, so I can sort of do them little fiddly jobs in between. Yeah, and once that's done, I can then move on to the kitchen. I have already, take this bit of tape off in here now, I think, because I was spraying under seal. Yeah, so a couple of holes. One there for my drain for the sink, the waste. A little hole there for, you probably can't see in this light, but there is one there, take my word for it. So that'll be for the electric, for a water level sensor, which I'm going to make. Build a circuit for that. It's quite a straightforward circuit. And gas drop out. The hob is going to be this side, the sink is going to be this side. Yeah. So again, that unit I will probably have to build in the shed. So I'll have to have a bit of a sort out in there, a bit of a tidy up. Get the hoover in there. Yeah, because that's trouble. Once you start getting the carpet on, this stuff, sawdust just clings to that like no one's business. So you don't really want to be doing that much in the way of cutting and drilling, and only what you need to in here once you get to this sort of stage. Right, let's get painting. Those 2 little cupboards painted up. Not quite sure what the colour is supposed to be. It's a sort of a light bluey grey. That's what it is. Yeah, kind of, yeah, light colour of some description, but that does sort of go with that. So yeah, I think what I'll do is just put some of this in the base area, so if you've got anything in there rattling around, that won't sort of bang like a drum too much. Yeah, and then once that is in, I will then fit them in the van. That will clear the table, so I can then do some. I've got to do the front bulkhead piece. I've got to carpet that, and a little bit trim piece up the top as well to do. So I'll do that in here, and I can fit those in. Right, that is carpeted. So I'm ready to put my 2 little cupboards up now. Right over there. Got the heater on this morning. It's a little bit chilly in here. Yeah, they only just don't take long to put them up. Take me a little bit of mask and take down. I was doing a little bit of another coat of varnish on the ceiling. Oh yeah, done around the rear as well. You can probably see that very well. This little spot, I've probably got that up a bit too high. Little spotlight, that's a bit better. Yeah, so I shall get those up there now and see how they look. There's that one up. The only thing I didn't really think about was that batten up there, which I glued and screwed to the ceiling. I should have glued and screwed it to the cabinet, because that rear, you can see that rear screw hole there, can't actually get a screw in there, and that one there I had to do with I had to use that with the screw, with a posi drive bit in the end, or Phillips bit in the end, to ratchet that in. Yeah, so yeah, that should have been screwed to the box, and then I could have easily, well, more easily screwed it to the ceiling. But that's in there now anyway. Just that one screw short, but that ain't going anywhere. That's as solid as anything, that is. Yeah, so just got to get that one up there now. The three-sided box cabinet. Yeah, right, let's put that over there. And there's that one in. Yeah, I think they look alright. Let's see how this ceiling drops at the back here. Because obviously this is square with the base. Yeah, so that end panel, that end panel, and that end panel, they're all different. Although I did use that as a master template and then just trimmed these ones to fit. Yeah, so I think that's looking okay now. Got those up. This is a little bit out of this back here. Or not. Well, that's just an optical illusion. Look, that's swinging out there a bit. That might be actually. Yeah, don't really want to take that down. Might have to get a square on that and just check that. That's yeah, well, nothing square, is it? I think this van probably comes in at the back a little bit as well. Yeah, they're up anyway.